Alright, welcome back to Coop's Collection. I've got something very different than I ever do. I bought a bunch of comic books for who knows why, really. I started looking at comics just because I really liked a lot of the artwork that's on comic book covers. And I was trying to get a hold of some specific ones, which I've actually gotten this stack of like 27 comics that I bought. And when we get to them, I'll give a little more context and a little more detail about them, but they have to do with a superhero massively multiplayer online video game called City of Heroes that I've played for a long time. So I'll talk more about that as we get to it, but wanted to pick those up. And then this specific comic shop was running like 20% off if you buy at least 10 comics. Plus, if you buy 20 comics, you get this free comic, which I guess is Predator. And I just kind of lost self-control and bought 27 comic books. Now, most of them are very cheap, like $2. But there are a couple of like $25 comics, which I'm actually looking now, and they may end up being graphic novels and not actually like individual comics. So I have no idea what I'm doing. I might send some to CGC because I think it'd be cool to have some slabbed comics. But again, I have no idea like what condition really means. All of these were labeled as very fine to near mint, which again, don't really know what that range is going to end up being. But I just want to show you like what I bought. Leave a comment below if any of these are something that you've read or you know about, or if you just like the artwork like I do. So the first one is this Predator comic, which this came for free as kind of like a gimme for buying 19 comics from this shop. So got this one for free. I'm assuming it's brand new and has never been used or opened or anything like that. So don't know anything about that one, but I thought this one was cool. This is Adventures of Superman, I guess number 6, and I just think Superman looks really cool in this artwork. It looks like he's being fired at by potentially U.S. soldiers or soldiers that are like, is Superman a bad guy? I don't know. Enemy of the State. But the first thing I noticed is that you do see like some edgeware. And let me take it out of this. Well, is it? I guess it is closed. Let's take a look. So here is the Adventures of Superman. You'll notice there's like some edgeware down here at the bottom. So not a ton of like edgeware around it. The rest of it like looks really nice. The top looks good. You got like, again, I have no idea. Like, I'm so used to trading cards. What do people look like what do people look for when they're looking at comic conditions? So there's a little bit of like very small creasing there, but I'm assuming unless you're getting something brand new, there's gonna be some level of like very slight wear. So all in all, the front looks really good. Again, that slight wear at the bottom corner. I don't know how like pages are reviewed. These all look pretty fresh and pretty nice. But yeah, there's Adventures of Superman number 6. Is he an enemy of the state? I don't know. So here's the first one that looks like is actually like a novel. I mean, look how thick this is. Obviously not a single comic, but this is Superman Unchained, and I guess it is not a single comic. It is indeed like a full book. So I'll probably just put this on a shelf as like a display piece, which is kind of cool. But obviously not an individual comic. Because it's a little heavier, so I'm just gonna kind of put it out of the way for now. Really like this one. This is Batman Detective Comics. I thought Batman looked really cool. I like the color. You've got the big moon in the background. Really just neat artwork on this one, but I guess, and I'm still learning like what issue is it? And I think it's, if you look up here, I guess 864. So is it Batman Detective Comics issue 864? Maybe, but just really cool artwork on this one. It's very neat. Another, obviously not single. Again, look how thick this is. So I guess this is just a graphic novel. Detective Comics Volume 8, Blood of Heroes. Picked this up because I thought the art looked really cool on the front for this one, but again, another one that I'll probably just put on the shelf as like a nice art display piece when I ever try to. I don't even know if you can grade like graphic novels like this, but pretty interesting. I Am Batman. I was looking for an issue number. I don't think it's 1. I mean, there's a 1 up there, but I doubt this is like issue 1 of this. But maybe it is. But pretty cool. Just Batman artwork there. Thought he looked pretty menacing. Another, I guess, not single issue. This is Superman Last Son. We've got Batman 125. This was a little more expensive of one. I think this one might have been like $25-ish. But I just really liked the art on this one. I thought it was really cool. So it's Batman 125. Superman Unchained, issue number 1. Another Superman Unchained. I think maybe issue number 2. Based off of the 2 up there. Could be wrong. Keep me honest, folks. Superman Unchained number 8. So now I'm wondering if... So these are obviously all the Superman Unchained. I wonder if this Superman Unchained... Oops. I wonder if this Superman Unchained book has, like, these issues in it. I don't know. I'll have to do a little more research, but... Can't go wrong with Superman comics, right? Alright, this one, I just really like the color. You can't really see Wolverine's face because of the sticker, but... You got like this almost kind of like 80s Miami vibe to it with like that deep pink and purple blend. Wolverine is just like sitting outside the window of this cop car, just kind of doing his own thing. So there's Wolverine, I think number 12. This art I thought was really cool. This is Wolverine number 28, I believe. But just liked the colors on this. Thought the pose was kind of cool. He's like on top of all these bodies. And you got like this Japanese kanji in the background. Just really neat. Wolverine, the Lazarus Project, Part 2. Another Wolverine. This one he's all bloodied and battle hardened. He's got bullet wounds all over him. Number 20. Alright, so here's one of the first City of Heroes. These all came, and actually it looks like I've got this one still sealed in the original wrap. So these were a part of the membership for this MMO. Each month you could get a copy of the comic for this. And this one actually might have... Let's see, I'll pull this one out because it's not the sealed one. Okay, it kind of does, which I thought was cool. So there was City of Heroes and City of Villains. City of Villains was like the expansion. So instead of being a hero, obviously you could be a villain. So it looks like, and I don't know if it's 2 different comics, like you read one way and you read one the other, but here's one of the first City of Heroes, but then it also has this City of Villains cover on the back. So that's pretty neat. There's that. Then bought a sealed copy. So they basically shipped it directly to people like this with the wrap on it. Another City of Heroes. This one's got Manticore, who is one of the... In the game, there's like the signature hero. So you got Manticore here. Most of the main one is Statesman, who's basically like a superhero. Well, obviously he's a superhero. He's basically like a Superman knockoff. He's got like invulnerability, super strength. Sister Psyche is kind of like a Jean Grey. Manticore is like a Hawkeye. Positron is kind of like an Iron Man. And then I can't remember. I think his name is Synapse. He's like a speedster. So, like the Flash. So those are some of the main City of Heroes folks. So then there's this one, which has got Manticore on it. I think this is issue number 2. This was one of my favorite ones that I saw. This is Action Comics number 28. I really like this art. I think this is just a really cool style. Love the cover on this one. Don't know anything about the actual comic though, but and we've got the Uncanny X-Men. This one really reminded me of like the 90s TV show. This is issue 277, but got Wolverine and Gambit there. Uncanny X-Men. Really like this artwork. The Amazing Spider-Man, again, I don't think this is a single issue. It's pretty thick. But I just thought this was cool. You've got, like, all the villains. The only one I actually really recognize is Doc Ock here. But you've got kind of like the villains all reaching out towards him, and then you've got his silhouette and him there. There's the Amazing Spider-Man. Got a Batman and Superman comic. Thought this was pretty neat with like Superman in the back with his eyes glowing behind Batman. Another City of Heroes. This one's got Sister Psyche. I think this one, yeah, this one's still sealed. Got Detective Batman. Number 768. Just cool artwork there. We got Batman Detective Comics number 1056. But how cool is that art? Oh, that art. Standing up on the Batmobile. I am Batman. Trying to see. I don't see a issue number, but could be missing it. But again, very cool. Got DC Universe Rebirth Superman. He's just got tons of bullets bouncing right off of him. Nation Divided. This one was interesting. I guess it's not too thick. This one was kind of cool. It's like Superman as a part of the Civil War. Really interesting content. I might try to read this one. Don't really know the story behind it, but obviously he's in the midst of the Civil War here between the North and the South. All right, this is a legitimate book. I mean, it's a hardcover. Had no idea about this one, but here is Superman for Tomorrow. That is pretty cool. I really like this one. I'm a little slightly disappointed it's not like a single issue comic book, but I did not do a very good job doing research. I just bought a bunch of stuff I liked. So there's Superman for Tomorrow, which is a hardback book, but cool decorative piece regardless. And then last but not least, this is really cool. So this was the very first release of the City of Heroes comic, and this was kind of used as like a demo example because they made this, then they went and spun off and did the actual series, and then they did a second series with a different group. But this was the very first City of Heroes comic, and actually the most expensive one. I think I paid like $50 for this one. Whether it's worth that, I don't really know, but again, it's got some scuff. I mean, you can even see like the scuffing along the spine here, and then you got somewhere in the corner. So I don't know. That's what I bought. I don't know if I'd actually grade any of these. I doubt they're worth it, but I do think it'd be cool to kind of test out like the CGC process to getting comics graded. I just don't know if I want to spend even more money because it's like $24 per comic book to get graded. I mean, all of these, all in all, I bought, what, 27 books for, I think it was like $240, which isn't too crazy, but I don't know if I want to spend even more money just to put it in a plastic slab. We'll see. But anyway, that's what I got today. Again, just getting my feet wet when it comes to comic books. Don't really know what I'm doing, but trying to learn along the way. I think the City of Hero ones kind of just sparked me to look into comics in the first place. So glad to get those, and the rest are really just, hey, that looks pretty neat or pretty cool. I think I'll buy it. So anyway, that's what I got for you today. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button. It really helps me out. If you like this sort of content, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you get notified when I post new videos. See you in the next one. Peace.